Hello everyone, my name is Gonzii and today we're going to be watching 5 impossible things that can happen on other planets. So yeah, let's begin.
There are some things that are just not
A
possible on
flying
our
pig.
planet. It would certainly be understandable
Flying
that you
pig.
would think that if it's impossible here on Earth, then it would be impossible everywhere else in the universe. But that's simply not the case, and the universe is far stranger than any of us can actually believe.
Yes it is,
Let's
man. It's
begin with
mad.
shadows. Your shadow on Earth is always alone, and you're always used to seeing it this way as it follows you around during the day. You're also used to seeing everybody else with just one shadow, but this isn't a universal thing that would be experienced elsewhere. You have one shadow because our primary light source on Earth is our sun.
Yes.
But what would happen if there were two suns? A planet that orbits two stars would look much like Tatooine from Star Wars, with two brilliant sunsets each day and two shadows instead of one for each person.
Instagram movie.
It used to only be
Bro.
science
Two
fiction until
sunsets.
the planet
Mad.
Kepler 16b was discovered, which is a
Kepler.
place that orbits two different stars. If you were suddenly teleported to the surface of the planet, you would likely die from the extreme temperatures and lack of air to breathe, but assuming that you were teleported in a suit that could help you survive, then you would experience having two different shadows, a friend for your always lonely shadow that you experience on Earth. Our next extremely bizarre place.
But then again, that can happen here. Not naturally, which I get what he's saying, but it can happen. If you go on a football pitch, you have 4 shadows, bro. 4 shadows. Imagine that. Because you have 4 different spotlights. So, yeah. But I get what he's saying. It can
It's a
happen.
planet that
It
is
can.
likely completely covered in water, an ocean planet
Ooh.
named GJ1214b.
Okay.
The planet is several times larger than the Earth, which makes the Pacific Ocean on our planet seem like a puddle in comparison. Even
It's
though
just
water
water.
covers over 70% of the Earth's surface, water only accounts for 0.05%
Yes,
of the
that's
Earth's total
mad.
mass. On GJ1214b, however, water may account for up to 10% of the planet's
Jesus.
total
It's
mass,
just water.
which means
It's
that
just
the
water.
entire planet would be covered in an ocean hundreds of kilometers deep. Our own ocean goes down only a mere 11 kilometers, and we already have terrifying monsters like this, and this,
Ugh.
or huge whales like this.
Whales, bigger
So,
whales.
one's imagination can run absolutely wild with what
Yeah,
fantastical
that one.
monsters could exist in an ocean that's over 10
It
times
must be
deeper than our own.
insane.
Who knows what could be lurking there if you crash-landed your ship on the surface, but what is known is that at the very bottom of this massive ocean, hundreds of kilometers beneath the surface, the pressure would be so intense that the water at the bottom would be transformed into an exotic form of ice known as Ice 7. This ice wouldn't be like ice that you know on Earth. It wouldn't be cold at all, but would remain in a solid form. This doesn't happen naturally on Earth, but neither does our next
Whoa.
bizarre example. Weather on Earth
the
is
ice is
often
not
violent
cold.
and unpredictable,
Jesus.
but it's
That's
extremely tame
sick.
compared to other places in the universe. Take the planet COROT-7b, for example, where instead of raining water, it rains down rocks.
Oh.
This is because half of the planet is scorching hot at 2,600 degrees Celsius, while the
Hungry
other half is
days.
far cooler at 177 degrees Celsius. The temperature on the hot side is enough
will
to
still die,
vaporize
though, so-
rocks, and just like how water will evaporate and condense into clouds on Earth, so too will rocks condense into rock clouds
What?
on this planet. These strange
Whoa.
rock clouds will then rain liquid rock or magma back onto the surface, but since the atmosphere is cooler the further up it goes, and the temperature on the cool side is far lower, the magma rain will often harden into rocks before striking the ground.
Imagine
This
it
planet
pelted
seems like
by
the closest
rocks,
place
bro.
to hell that a place in the universe could get, but another
just-
planet has perhaps even more bizarre weather. This planet, known as HD 189773b, is located 63 light-years away from us, is a little larger than Jupiter, and looks stunningly beautiful from space, but that beauty is hiding a terrifying secret. It looks this way because the planet's
Whoa.
atmosphere is made up primarily of silicate particles. Winds on the
sick.
planet can scream at 5,400
Jesus.
miles per hour, equal to 2 kilometers every second, or 7 times the speed of sound.
What?
Temperatures can soar up to 930 degrees Celsius,
Yeah, we
but
can't
most
go there.
terrifying of all is that the planet rains glass sideways.
Yes,
and
I've
it's
heard about this
extremely
one.
vi-
It's just rains of glass, and because the wind is so fast, you would get absolutely slaughtered by the glass, bro. It would just go into your forehead and go right through you. You wouldn't last a second because it's raining glass, bro. And because of the wind,
2 kilometer
it's
per second
insane.
winds. This is so fast and scary that if a storm like that happened to appear on Earth, it would travel across the entire planet at the equator in just 5 hours and 33 minutes
Jesus.
and leave behind a shredded trail of glass. But even this storm pales in comparison to the mightiest wind so far known in our entire universe, the wind on the planet HD 189733b. This is a gas planet with one side always facing its star, where temperatures can reach a scorching 966 degrees Celsius. But the temperature on the dark side is still very hot at 688 degrees Celsius. So, how does the dark side remain so hot still? The answer is extremely, wickedly fast wind, possibly up to 22,000 miles per hour, equal to 10 kilometers per second,
anything
or nearly
alive can't resist
29
that.
times the speed of sound. For reference, the fastest ever recorded wind on the Earth happened during a tornado in Oklahoma back in 1999, and that was only 301 miles per hour, or 73 times less than the nightmare storm on this giant that's raging right now as you are watching this video. If you made yourself a kite and flew through the wind, then you could zip around the entire Earth in a mere 1 hour and 8 minutes.
What?
But perhaps the most interesting place is somewhere that's much closer to home, specifically this place called Titan, which is a moon of Saturn.
Oh yeah?
It has such a thick atmosphere that we didn't even know what its surface looked like until 2005, which if you're curious, it looks like this. But Titan is a very bizarre place. It has an atmosphere, rivers, and lakes, and it even rains like on Earth. But the temperature is a bone-shattering negative 179 degrees Celsius, which is so cold that water is as hard as rocks, and the chemical methane exists in a liquid state. The clouds, rivers, and lakes on the moon are made of methane, which is the primary component of natural gas. Only 20% of Titan's surface has ever been mapped, but it is estimated that in that region alone there is hundreds of times more natural gas and oil than is located on all of Earth. There is so much gas on Titan that it literally rains it. It's an oil tycoon's dream, and maybe the best way to encourage space travel is to let a few countries know about Titan. But even more strange, you could actually theoretically fly on Titan.
What?
The atmosphere is thick enough and the gravity is weak enough that if you attached a pair of wings to your arms and made a running jump, then you could actually flap around the moon like a bird, taking in all the alien sights of rivers and lakes.
That's cool.
Of course you would need a suit to protect yourself, but still, you could fly just like in your dreams and achieve something that's impossible here on Earth.
And you will watch Saturn as well. Oh, that would be nuts. So yeah, guys, that was five impossible things that can happen in other planets. And man, space is weird, you know. Very, very odd. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Like the video, subscribe. My name is Gonzii, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
I got millions on my mind. So I guess I